In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create motion for your mixtape covers. Here's a sample. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so before we take this into After Effects, I'm going to show you guys the layer breakdown. So I'm going to disable all this. Here's the background. Inside that is just one single layer. Here's the dust on top of the jet. There's two layers. Here's the jet itself. Here's the ground. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the ground. And the reason why I separate the ground from the background, like you see, the background has it, but the ground is going to be more towards the camera up front versus the background. We're going to push that back in 3D space when we do that in After Effects. Alright, so here's the stairs. And then the dust, that's going to be behind him. So that's the main image, his image, then the shadow on the stairs right there. The glow on the left. So 1, 2. And the dust right here with the shadow right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the shadow. And for the adjustment, there's a couple of things. We have the levels in here. Reason why is that's at 70. Same thing right here with all the colors. That's at 40%. So you disable that. Brown tint, color balance, and just add that red and blue glow, or blue tint, I should say. Levels in the noise layer. Alright. So now let's take the PSD into After Effects, and I'm going to show you how to put everything in a 3D space, add a camera, and use the camera to move in and out. Alright, so I have After Effects open. I'm going to just double click on the project window. I'm going to go to my PSD. Click open. It's going to ask you, do you want to be able to edit or merge everything? So I'm going to click on edit. Click OK. Now here's the composition and all the files in there. So let's double click that. Alright, so as you can see, all the group here in Photoshop is all organized here in After Effects. So first thing you want to do is right click, click on new, add camera. I just leave it on the default setting, so I'm just click OK. Alright, I'm going to save this. I should name it AC for animated cover. Alright, now let's enable the 3D except for on the adjustment. So I'm going to click on this. And then now it's going to allow us to edit all this into a 3D space. We just want to double click the background, make sure we do the same thing. Make sure we want that selected. Same thing for the dust. Close that. Jet. Ground. So if you don't do this, the 3D effect won't work. So make sure you have all this selected. And as you can see, there's a shadow composition in here. Make sure you double click that. Enable that. That's good. Close that. Glow. Same thing. Dust. Same thing. Make sure you save that. Now if your computer is running kind of slow, I just click on quarter. So it's going to render only a quarter of the full quality. Save that. Alright. Now Make sure to click on fit so we can see everything. Now we can push everything back into 3D space. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go down here to the background. I'm going to click on P for position. And see right here, there's a option to edit that. If you click on or you disable the 3D, you won't have it. So make sure you have that. Now make sure P for position. And I'll bring that all the way back. You can hold shift. So you can see it's kind of pushing it back like into a 3D space, if that makes sense. So usually the background I like to go about 1,000. Now to bring it back to look like it fills up the screen, select S for scale, and you just want to bring that up until it fits. About right there. So I'm going to do a quick test with the camera that we added. I don't know if you can see it. I'm moving it up and down, and you can see the background like it's kind of pushed all the way back. See it? I'm going to reset that. Alright, save this. I'm just add a new solid because I can see there's no background back there. See, where is it? New solid. Make sure it's black. Click OK. Bring that all the way down. Oops, you don't want to do that. Now when I move the camera, it's black right there because I added that. Let's reset. Now I'm going to save that. Now all we're going to do is just push everything into a 3D space. So I'm going to click that. Make sure it fits. Bring this up a little bit. So for the dust, P for position. See, bring this up. Make sure we see what we're doing. So the background's at 1,000. So you don't want to go past that, or so you don't want to go higher than that. So for the dust behind the jet, I will probably put 600. Now select S or the scale, bring it up. Make sure it fills up the screen. Same thing for the jet, P. Now this one's due 500. And let's bring that up. S for scale. Until it fills the screen. And then for the ground, let's do 400. Let's bring that up until it fills up. Stairs, select P. Let's do 3. So it's 400. Let's do 375. Scale, bring that up. About right there. So the dust above the stairs. So we did 375. Let's do 350. Bring that up. Main. So this one, the dust, let's see. Keep forgetting 350. 325. Let's bring that up. About right there. P for the glow. This would be right there. Let's do 200. Scale. Bring that up. And the dust is the last one, so you don't have to touch that. Save this. Alright, so everything's in the 3D space. Now all we have to do is just animate the camera going in and out, turning if we wanted to. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm gonna select all, Command A, just collapse it, make it cleaner, save that. Now let's go here to the camera and bring up all the transform tool right here. Now we're gonna create a keyframe on this one, and I believe it's the Z. That's the one that turns it. Yep. So for the position and the Z keyframe, now let's go out about 10 seconds. And let's have the camera zoom in straight. And then let's do 5 frames after that. And let's have it snap back in. So let's check it out. Once you go there and go back in. Now, just to add some motion blur, what we have to do is select that to enable it and go down here. Well, we don't have to do the solid black, but if you double click the background, just like we did with the enabling the 3D, just do that for the motion blur. So open jet, select motion blur, ground, same thing, stairs, dust, main image, and make sure you select the shadow, motion blur for that too, glow, dust, and I think that's it. Now if you select the camera, select U, it'll bring up all the keyframe. Now we just go like that. So now if you hold Command and the right arrow, I don't know if you can see the motion blur. Maybe I gotta zoom in more. There it goes. See the motion blur? So if you disable that, it won't have it. Looks good. And for this keyframe, I just like to right click, keyframe assistant, easy in. All right, that looks good. Select the arrow, go here. Now let's go out 10 seconds, add 10, so it would be 20. Now this one, you can zoom in. You kind of angle the camera towards the sky like that. And then maybe towards the left like that. See how that looks. Let me see. Shit in the minus. Now maybe I'm gonna bring this in so I can animate something back there. So in. Alright, that looks good. Now if you want it to snap back in, where's the other keyframe at? Here it is. This one, the easy in. I'm gonna just copy that. Go here to the one we just created. So I'm gonna hold Command. Hit the right arrow 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see the number moving. And just paste that. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Zoom in. Snap back in. Maybe zoom in more. Alright, that looks good. Now let's go out 10. And let's zoom in, but this time let's rotate it. maybe turn it to the right like this, so his head's in the frame. So I'm gonna fix this keyframe. So I'm just go here, and I'm gonna copy this one. Command C, Command V, because we want it only turning the Z rotation from here to here, not from here to here. All right, that looks good. Same thing, hold Command, arrow to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is gonna go 5 frame. And then just go here to probably faster reset. Just gonna reset it. And just right click, keyframe assistant, easy in. All right, that looks good. Save that. Now you can just, pretty much create keyframes and just move the camera the way you want and just keep on doing it. But for this tutorial, I'm just end it here at 25 seconds. So if you want to end it shorter or not the whole 5 minute, just hit N. It'll bring the thing right here. So this is the beginning. When you render it, it's going to end right there. So whatever that, I don't know what you call it, but it's only going to render 25 seconds. All right, I'm going to save that. The way I like to render it, I'll go Composition, add to Adobe Media Encoder. Oh yeah, before I show you guys how to render it, let's go back here. So before I tell you guys how to render it, since this is only the basic, I'm just showing you guys how to put everything in 3D space. But for the more advanced stuff, say you can go here, right? You could even animate the lights in the back flickering. We'll see what else would I add. Maybe find a stock footage of a car doing donuts. You could do that. If that's too much, you could find like somebody serving drinks, having them walk back and forth. I think that would be dope. So you got to find a stock footage of a lady serving drinks, and then mask that in, and then a bunch of all the other stuff. But for that, that's more of the advanced techniques. But this, pretty much basic, for anybody starting out trying to do animated cover. So simple idea is put everything in 3D space, add a camera movement, and then that's pretty much it. That's how you do, the basic 3D animated cover. But anyways, let me show you guys how I render. Use the settings, how I render that out. So that's not it. That's the one I was working on before. So here, once you go Composition, add to Media Encoder, it'll take you here. And output, I just select desktop, save. You can name it whatever you want. And then for the preset, make sure, or here for the format, H.264. And then this one, I'll select match source high. So do that. Just click on play and then start rendering it.